Well, ho ho, good evening, everybody. My name's Sacha Liddiard, and welcome to my Dropship blog page, or if you're watching in my ecom VIP group, welcome. And you may also be watching this on YouTube. So I'm just going to double check that everybody can hear and see me. So if I can see people on live, I can see, hi, Lorna, Corinne. Okay, guys, can you just let me know you can see and hear me? Okay. That would be great because I can see you're there. Just double checking on my phone. Well, I'm loud and clear. I can hear myself. There you go. Right. Okay. So brief introduction. For those of you that don't know me, if you're coming from my Dropshipping blog page, I have been dropshipping for over 4 years now, both in the US and the UK, on all sorts of platforms, on Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Bonanza, you name it. I've done it as far as dropshipping is concerned. So started for over 4 years ago, and that enabled me to give up my job and full-time. I went 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now, working full-time from home, which was my aim right from the beginning. So what am I going to cover tonight is I'm going to answer some questions that I've already been asked. Lots have been coming up in the group and other groups that I've been looking at and on my page. So I want to answer those first. I then want to show you the updated training that we've got within Infinii. It's the FBA. So for those of you who don't know, fulfillment by Amazon, all that training has been updated. I want to show you that, the value that you'll be getting within that training. And then I will answer any other questions that you've got. So by all means, I'm just going to put this comment down here. Let's just put this in here that just to remind you. There you go. I'm gonna get rid of me. Hang on a second. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, add your comments below, and I hope I should be able to cover everything on the live today. And if you're watching that you're not live, then still keep adding your comments, any questions that you've got, and I'll make sure that I go back and I will look at those questions and I will answer them. The other way to get hold of me is send me a message on my Dropship blog page, and I can send you even more information from there. So that's a great place to get hold of me. All right, okay, let's go back to what I wanted to cover and the questions I've had. Okay, let's keep on track, girl. Okay, right. Now, one of the things that's been coming up recently, getting lots and lots of questions, is how easy is it to drop ship in the USA? Well, when I started 4 years ago, that was the only thing I was focusing on. I had my UK account, but I did everything that I could in order to be able to be eligible to drop ship in the USA. That's all I focused on. That's because that's what, that was the promised land. That is where most of the sales you're going to get are going to come from. It's a much, much bigger audience. And a lot of the training that we were doing, the tools and everything else was all US based anyway. So it didn't occur to me to be selling in the UK. I was just focusing on the US. So I didn't see it as a big issue, to what a lot of people now think it's a big issue because they've been focusing on the UK for such a long time and think the US is a complete alien world. So I just want to go through, we covered a lot of this in the training. We go in far more depth, but I just want to allay any fears that you may have of dropshipping in the US, because it really is simple. Okay, and things that you need to take into account is how you're going to pay for things in the US. And there are so many different methods now that you can use. Now, a lot of the suppliers that we use actually accept PayPal. All right, so that makes it nice and easy because you've got your PayPal. You've already been used to that in the UK. So you can use PayPal, not on every supplier, but you can on some. You can use what is called Payoneer. And that is especially a good idea if you're drop shipping on Amazon as well as on eBay, because Amazon pay you via Payoneer. So that can make a lot, really help with your cash flow. All right. So Payoneer is another really good one. LuPay. You can also, when you're starting off, just use your own credit card or debit card. Now, there is something you've got to really watch with that, because you've got to watch the charges. Now, there are 2 cards that I use who don't charge. There's no additional charges for using in the US, and that's nationwide and creation. So either of those two you can use and you won't be charged. Obviously, there's the exchange fees, which it's part of your business expense. But if you're getting more volume, more sales, then that ends up being put to one side, and it's part of your business. But something that we're also looking at the moment is something we've been looking at is on the blockchain and being able to eradicate the currency conversions by using cryptocurrency. So that's something we're looking at as well, and more and more of that information will come soon. So maybe that would all be a thing of the past. And some people have actually got US bank account. They've been in the US previously. They've got relations in the US and an address in the US, and they can use a US bank account. There's also US Unlocked, and there's various other ones you can have, but those are the ones we recommend. That's what we use. So put that fear to one side, because that's always a fear. How are you going to pay for everything? Why sell abroad? Now, I've already said about volume and getting access to different suppliers, but it's worth expanding your business. I have learned over the years that if you put all your eggs in one basket and that basket gets tipped over and demolished and stamped on, you've got nothing left. Okay, so you need to have experience elsewhere, have platforms elsewhere, be doing maybe drop shipping on Amazon as well as drop shipping on eBay, just to safeguard anything happening in the future. Now, for those of you that have been doing e-commerce for years, how many changes have we had to put up with? There are so many things I can remember all of us going into complete and utter panic mode. I can't even remember what it was now, but we thought the whole world was about to collapse on us, and eBay was going to be no longer. And that was about 3 years ago. So things keep changing all the time. So it's worth, expanding and expanding your knowledge. Now, the other thing, obviously, in the UK is once you go over a certain threshold, you start paying VAT. So if you want to delay that process and not be paying VAT too soon, then obviously buy your sales in the US and not a part of your turnover as far as VAT is concerned. All right. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I am just giving you tips here. This is not financial advice. But if you want to delay VAT, then it's a great way of doing that. Okay, so talking about tax, that's the next thing that people ask is about US sales tax. It sends people into an apoplectic fit, and it is so easy. There really isn't anything to worry about. So basically what happens is you pay sales tax when you purchase from the supplier, and all it happens is it comes at the checkout. So once you get to the checkout, it'll just add on the extra tax that may be due. Now, it's not always going to be due. It's only due dependent on a supplier's warehouse. So if they've got warehouses all over the place, you've got even more chance of not paying sales tax. And it depends on where the item is going. All right. So you'll find with overstock at certain states that they're delivered to, that you'll be paying sales tax on, and in Wayfair or Amazon, there'll be others. Amazon is a lot. There are a lot of states where you'll be paying sales tax in. Wayfair and Overstock, not so much. Walmart, there's a lot. So you just need to factor that in and maybe give an extra 8% on your profit margin. But not to get worried about it, because you're not handing this sales tax over to anybody. You're based in the UK. All that happens is you pay it at the checkout. It'll be an extra whatever, depending on the value of the item that you're purchasing, because it's different in every state. All right. So please put that one to bed, because it really isn't difficult and nothing to be worried about. Do you need a separate eBay account? Or can you operate .com and .uk all under the same account? Yes, you can. You can have it all under the same account. What you can't have is two stores. So you need to make your mind up where your store is going to be based, whether it's in the US or the UK. But there is nothing to stop you having it all under the same account. Okay, so that makes it nice and easy as well. And when you're tracking, that's really easy. All you do before you list the item on the tracker that we've got within Infinii, you just click whether you're listing in the UK or listing in the US. and that's it. It's you've already set your settings up for that, so that makes it really, really easy. Okay, so that answers that question. So that is it as far as the main things that people worry about on international, selling abroad. There are so many other little things that may crop up that you need to be aware of, but I'll be here all night if I went through everything. And that's where the support comes in. We've got international mastermind training in the back office of Infinii, so you can go through all of that, and live workshops as well. But also I run with Oberon Demone and Tracy Davison, we run a support group for members of Infinii. And there is so much that we've gone through over the last year, so much information, and we're there to support you 24/7 really, because, and I would say 24/7 because we've got people in our group from Australia and Canada and US and lots of experience in there. So normally you get a question in there and someone will be able to answer it for you. All right. So, and it's great that we've got the guys from the States, because those are using loads of different suppliers out in the States. We can jump on their expertise. And the other thing is that we've got close connection with Bill Papakaralumpus, who is the International Director for Infinii, and also Carly Hahn, who is the Development Director and responsible for all the training. So they pop into the group as well, so which is really, really good. Okay, let's just see how we're going on. I can hear fine, brilliant, wonderful, loud and clear. Okay, no problems. You can start putting your questions, guys, into the comments below, so that you know, those are ready for when I've finished. So if anything that I've said to you so far, you're not understanding, you want more clarification, then please add the question below. Right, okay. Now, another question I get asked is, if I'm selling on eBay and Amazon and US and UK, and I'm also doing Shopify, and I'm running a group, and I'm doing Facebook Lives, and there is other projects that I've got on the go, how do I do it all? How do I manage it? Well, basically, my strategy has been to build a platform up so that I completely and utterly understand it, so I can coach and train others to do the same. So that's what I've done. I would never pass on something to maybe my virtual assistants or advice within the group if I've not done it myself. So that has always been my strategy. But it took me a long time to come out of my comfort zone and take that control hat off and start using virtual assistants in my business. Thanks to Oberon, who pushed me, I did it. And I should have done it a long time ago. I now have 3 virtual assistants helping me, which is why I'm able to do all this and not go completely crazy. So that's something I would highly recommend. Now, I'm not going to do virtual assistants, training on this live tonight. I'm more than happy to come back and do it. If people are interested in that, then comment below if it's something you want more information about. I also have a playlist on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is simply Sacha Liddiard, and there's a playlist on there all about hiring virtual assistants and my tips and tricks around that. So go and have a look on my YouTube channel. Okay, a question that came up. We've got an advanced eBay group. It's called eBay on Steroids, and it's an advanced eBay group where you're not a beginner and you've got advanced strategies. But one of the things that came up in there today, and I just wanted to touch on again, was about free returns. Now, those of you know that have been looking at all the updates that have been going through recently, one of the updates was about free returns, and I'm still amazed that people are not offering free returns. People are worried about if they've got a supplier that is not going to be offering free returns, or you've got a supplier that does 14-day returns as opposed to 30. With the training that we give you, returns should be very few and far between. Okay. But if you do get them, you need to be making a commercial decision as to whether you're offering free returns so you're going to get much higher ranking, more sales, rather than worrying about when you get that return, it costing you money to deal with it. Okay, because one should outweigh the other. But it's your decision, it's your business. You may want to decide, depending on the supplier, whether they charge a certain amount dependent on the weight. You may decide that on certain products you're going to offer free returns and not on others, but you will suffer as far as the ranking is concerned if you're not offering free returns. So that is something to take into account. The other thing that came up today was on business policies. People are still getting confused about not having your shipping policy or return policy, or any policy in your description. Whip it out, make sure it's not there. We've taken it out of the lister so it doesn't come up as an add-on when you're listing the product. And basically you've already put your shipping policies, your return policies are all part of your business policies. They automatically appear on your listing. You do not need to add them again to your description. So hopefully that clears that one up for everybody. Okay, and so without further ado, my next plan is to jump into, let's get it up here. I'm going to share my screen. Don't worry, I will be getting rid of myself in a minute. Let's get me down here so you can see the screen. Far more important seeing me. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so just going to switch back in. Can you just let me know you can see my screen okay, the full screen? Tracy, give me a thumbs up. Oh, can you see it okay? You should be able to. Is there a slight delay, I think? Listen, I'm going to crack on, as I'm sure you can see it. Okay, right. So when you go into the Affiliate back office, this is the prime trainings, the basic training. But there are so many golden nuggets within this training. The value is immense. So you've got in here eBay training. Now, I'm not going to go through all the different training, but what I want to show you here is this is what's changed. The Amazon, it used to just say shop for profits. It's now Amazon scan and earn profits. So you now know it's being completely updated. All right. And you have a whole host of videos to go through here, getting you up and running with FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. So, for those of you who've been doing eBay for a while, why not look at this? Like look at FBA. And this doesn't have to be going around all the stores and scanning items to then send off to Amazon. You can be buying stuff wholesale and then they come to pick it up from your home and then send it on to Amazon. So don't just be thinking that if you've got young kids and that you think that's going to be virtually impossible, you can be doing this online as well. Quick flip back. Oh yeah, everyone can see it. Wonderful. Okay, so invaluable information here, everything that you need to know. But what's really, really important, it's no point having in these training courses that any of you've been on, is you get all these modules and you go through them one by one, and then that's it. You don't know where to go after that. You don't know where to go to support. And I see so many groups that have been set up and people asking this question and that question. And it's so important that you get into a group that they know what they're talking about. You trust them. And that may not be with us. It may be somewhere else, but that you trust them and it's ongoing support. So you're always having new training, new updates. You're never left with the old training. I've done bought so many training courses over the number of years, and you're just left with that training and the support just disappears. It starts for a while. You get it, maybe when everyone's excited for the first 2, 3, 4 months, and then it just disappears. It's gone. That doesn't happen here. It doesn't ever stop. So for instance, you'll see in the Saturday training, I just click on that. So we had a training on, when was it? 20th of June. So a couple of weeks ago. And that brought the Amazon FBA training to life. Carly takes the training. It enables you to be on there live. You can ask any questions that you like. And she will then give you so much more advanced training on top of what you've already done through the modules. All right. So you need to get the modules done, get those out of the way, and then you need to make sure you attend this live training. I mean, they are recorded, not always, but they are recorded most of the time. But the value and the people that actually do move on with their business is people that attend these trainings live, because then they can get their questions answered live. And that's really, really important. So if I scroll through here, you can see all the archived live training that I'm speaking slowly because I'm scrolling slowly, that we have done over the past year. And all that information is still very, very valid. All right. So vast amount of training here on the live. So is there something you think some of you might give a go, looking at doing FBA? Pop that into the comments. So while I'm just here, just to let you know what else is included, you've got the eBay training. Now the eBay training, again, it's been brought all up to date. And where you start off with is eBay Map to Profit, and that is your step-by-step guide to becoming in profit over a certain period of time. So if you follow that, that's what's going to happen. All right. So it's just a foolproof guide for you. And then if you're looking at all these modules, you're thinking, oh, maybe there's not so many videos. If you click on each one, there are videos underneath the modules. So so much content there for you. I don't know if any of you have sold on Bonanza before, but you can sell on Bonanza as well, which is Google. So we've got training on there, and we're one of the only, well, we are completely, I think we're unique in that we have a lister for Bonanza as well, and lots and lots of training on Bonanza. We've got the international training. So if any of you are thinking about doing drop shipping on Amazon, which I've been doing for 3 years, you'll get some of that basic training here in the international training and the international webinars. And then I will help and support you within the group. And then you want more advanced training, then we have that in Surge. So that is something that, another thing that you can be thinking about is Amazon drop shipping. It's your next stage on really from eBay. All right, so I can help and support you on that. And then really important are the tools. I'm coming back into the room. I just want to see my yeah, we'll hide the back now. Let's just get rid of this. Okay, tools. It's something that's been hot news recently about listers and trackers and everything like that. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. All I'm going to say is we have a lister and we have a tracker operating with no issues whatsoever. Well, when I say no issues whatsoever, there are always going to be suppliers causing us issues with regards to coding, things we need to code. So we need to keep updating, etc. So that will happen, and that will happen with any list and tracker that you deal with. It's never going to be working 150% of the time. There will always be issues. But as far as anything else that's been occurring recently, there is nothing to worry about. We have regular contact with eBay. Carly has a hotline to eBay. Hitesh, who is the CEO of the company, hotline to eBay, and I've been talking constantly with them over the last couple of weeks, and there are no issues as far as we're concerned with our tracker and lister. Everything is absolutely fine. So please don't be worried about that, because I know a lot of people did get concerned, and there is nothing to worry about. All right. But so you've got a lister, you've got a tracker, and you've got a research tool in there as well. Okay. So hopefully you think that is great value if you knew how much it would actually cost. So those of you that are not members at the moment, let me just tell you, it's $49.95 per month, which is about £38. And that's your membership. And includes eBay, your eBay Map to Profit, Amazon FBA, Bonanza, the international training, the webinars, Amazon drop shipping, tools, tracking, repricing, lister, the research tool, regular live training, which is all archived, and access to my support group that I run with Tracy and Obi. There is a 14-day refund policy. So you come in, think it's not for you, absolutely no problem. You'll get a 14-day refund, and then it's monthly membership, and you can cancel your membership at any time. All right. So hopefully that is of interest to some of you. And if it is, then there are ways of getting in touch. If you go to my Dropship blog page, there's a button there that says visit group, and you can click on that button, answer a couple of questions, and one of us will get back to you. Or you can send me a message on my Dropship Blonde page, or you can opt into my newsletter, and I will give you regular updates on there as well. And I will put the link to that in the comments below. All right. So, do we have any questions? Let me have a look. Okay, let's scroll down to where beginning. Okay, Tracy saying I'm very. Let's put that up there. I'm just going to get rid of this. And okay. So Tracy, I was very rarely get rent returns. To be honest, I've always offered free returns. Yeah. Okay. Exactly the same, Tracy. So and Carly would agree with that. Okay. So Lorna, you're thinking of FBA, and I know you've been around a long time. I know you were in the DSD days, and so you've been drop shipping for a while. So are you just drop shipping in the UK, Lorna? Because I know that you were asking about international. So I'm assuming you are just drop shipping in the UK. And had you thought about drop shipping on Amazon as well? Okay, let's see. Oh, she's got another question here. So, can you not have a separate shop for USA? Just thought it'd be easy to keep separate for products and also figures. Yes, you can. I contacted eBay just only very recently about doing that because that was what I was going to do, and they set me up a US account straight away. Wasn't any issue. Ireland called me back and talked to me about the phone, and they said, "Are you drop shipping?" I said, "Yes, I am." They said, "Absolutely fine." And then they gave me, because what I was concerned about was having, starting all over again as far as my limits were concerned for listing, and they gave me a really healthy limit. In the end, I actually decided to stick to my just the one account, but that's another story. But yes, you can, Lorna. But if you want to make it easier on yourself, just do the one account to begin with. It's up to you, totally up to you. Okay. All right. Okay. I see that. So you started and then you stopped. So you restarted again. Okay. Well, so much has changed, Lorna. I can't tell you how much has changed. So it's just bringing yourself really up to date and making sure that you're getting that support and you know what's changed. Okay, let's just see if we've got anything else. I do know. Oh, Corinne, I do hope you can hear me now. Seeing that she couldn't hear me earlier. Okay. So hopefully, I mean, that has covered a few questions that I've been getting. We're nearly already. I can't believe it. Where does time go? Nearly at 6:30 already. So I've been on here for half an hour. So there aren't any more questions. I hope you found this useful. Lorna, I know this is one of the first ones you've come on. I hope you found this useful. There's a lot more to go through, but I hope that that's calmed your nerves a little bit, because I know you were a bit concerned about the US, and so was it Pauline that was as well. I know she couldn't make it tonight, but she will be watching the recording. Okay. Any other questions before I disappear? I don't think so. Okay. Well, I'll let you get on with your evening, because it's still very, very beautiful out there. And I will be doing more of these. So just keep your questions coming, and I'm more than happy to come on live and chat, and I hope it helps. All right. Okay. I will love you and leave you. Speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye for now.